Hello everybody, welcome back to my Let's Play, episode 36 to be exact, of the game known SpellForce 3 Soul Harvest standalone expansion, even though I am playing this through the SpellForce 3 Reforged client. I'm IVATOPIA, episode 36, already said that. We're going to head back out and go after the Reavers, and then the main campaign should continue. Some side quests we're doing right now. Basic level to get stronger. Record this if you're interested on the 7th of, sorry, not the 7th, on the 20th of July. Oh, there's a main quest here too. Plus the side quest. Ha. Oh, I forgot the levels the others too. Hehe. So you actually need leveling too. You're also keeping hold of my mercenaries. Okay. Duration. Temperature cheaper. Guess you have that on, and the heal will help. You know, you tend to be in your bare form more. You're more. Generally, I use my tank. There you go. Dune. Go with that. Can't do that, can we? So I feel when she's out of that form, that's good. Okay. So yeah, I can send these instead, but I'm focusing on humans, so it makes more sense for humans. Okay, can I look at... I can. Because we're going to say who has the things that helps the armies. It's me, obviously. And I think... you. Okay, so by that logic, you should come, you're the healer, and this is the open slot. So, healer, tank, kind of healer, kind of bit of everything. Helps armies. Who would be better in this slot now? You guys inspire troops as well. It's not as well. You're good at tank, and you do have that area effect. Cannot damage your spells, like you can take them out of the combat completely. Summon Golem. And you're that Golem thing, that's awesome. That's a free unit I can just send in and help you guys in trouble. And you also have this now as well. I think I'm going to go with our team we just had.
Consider it done.
For this, and then we can lean into the mercenaries next time.
With autumn sun to warm your skin and a breeze on your back,
gonna bring like
the journey
6
to
of
the
them.
Howling Steppes is surprisingly pleasant. You sleep better than you have in
Thank you.
months, and as you arrive at the border, you feel almost rejuvenated. The clean air, the vastness, inhospitable as the steppes may be, there is a certain peace to them. All the more surprising then, as the wind carries a stench towards you as you close in
not so
on the
good.
Aliani village.
I know it was probably a stench of death. Hopefully, if this is RTS and stuff, and because I had these 4 last time, it won't change any of the stuff. Because they're exactly the same team. Let's find out in a minute.
Here we are. The Howling Steppes.
Howling
As
Steppes.
inviting as a crypt. Is it just me, or does it smell like undead arse here? Ugh.
You're right, it does. Come on. Let's take a look around. The village is just up ahead.
It's like you almost tripped over a couple of times on. Uh-oh.
Why that?
Watching us.
See
Yep.
that?
Dark elves.
What by the Guardians was that?
I have no
You
idea.
can duck after me. Flying.
Some kind of mutated insect. Do you see that fog over there?
Mm-hmm.
That must be where that stench is coming from.
Dangerous.
This doesn't bode well if you ask me. Let's find that village.
Yes.
Ugh, that smell. Ugh. What
Yeah,
the?
it's
That
dangerous.
fog is
It's
killing me.
dangerous.
Get
Yeah.
out of there now.
What's that? Okay, you said it's killing you. Was it not killing you? Yeah, but it's killing you too, just as much.
Really?
You made it sound like it's killing us, but not you. Gotta wait and focus. You know what, we'll save since we're here. Well, we haven't done a new one for ages, have we? Oop, what'll I do? We'll do 10, shall we? Zach. Save a game, and we don't have space, that's why there's no spaces in this 10. Boom. And we play for 10 hours. 10 and 10.
What do you need?
Still alive. There's something. What we got? Okay, so I bought some for a bit, so that's good. Not many. Every little helps the gold. So hopefully another level, we can get an attribute up again. Maybe we start
You got it.
selling some stuff. And opening these properly. I'm just countering them up. 'Cause I'm not accepting these right now because I kind of want to give the best to them. If they need them, I don't need them, I'll just take the monies.
Sounds like a plan.
Trying to keep my inventory a little bit better than before. That's also why I want to get rid of some of this stuff. It's not too bad right now. Because SpellForce 3, for example, it was me and I was trying to think how many companions we had. I think it's like 8. Because you had Tahar, obviously her, the dwarf, you had the other female assassin mindbender person. You had the healer from like was it Egypt, Asia? I forgot where he was from. You had the psycho Deathbringer guy. So that's like 6. Is that everyone? Am I missing someone? Oh, my druid. 7. You're missing my druid.
Go ahead.
So I think it's you and 6 companions. Where this one seems to have 4, and I got 2 missions it starts the game with that you can swap in and out. So if it goes down the same route of roughly 6 companions and you, that would mean we have 2 over 2. So we got 1 more person to join. If it follows the same route, and I'm not forgetting a companion. Guess I could very quickly, for mine and your benefit, SpellForce 3 companions, just to make sure. Follow us, I guess that will be it, wouldn't it? Yavi, yeah, just said her. It's Graham, yep. Oh, I forgot about Rowan. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So it was 8. I forgot about Rowan. What's like the major, biggest companion of the whole group because of his influence on SpellForce 1 to 2, etc. So yeah, so it was you and 8 companions. So this game being an expansion could go down the route of you and 6 companions and 2 of them mercenaries, or it could go down the same route as 8. Do I dare look up at this anymore? I guess I could, long as I don't read about it, and won't ruin it, will it? SpellForce 3, so Harvest companions. Okay, let's bring up romances. I don't want that. Harvest companions. I hear there are 5 companions. Okay. So I assume that doesn't include the mercenaries. If that's the case, I have 3. That means there's 2 more. So that makes 7. Right? Because we've got 3 here. Yeah, 2 more. Yavi. Rav, that's you. What's your name? I don't have you as Kawu. Then Refine and Catus. There's no information. Wiggy, what skill? I don't care about that. Yavi, Ravi, Gavi, Ravi. And then he goes, best boy! That catchers. So whoever catchers is best boy, apparently. You have to recruit 2 mercenaries that you can fully customize. Okay, so basically you have 5 companions and 2 mercenaries. So that is 7. 6, 7, and you get 8 altogether there, where SpellForce 3 gave you 8 plus you. So it's about the same, to take 1 for a smaller game. Okay. That means I have 2 more to go. Because I was thinking, like, you know, I'm going to get rid of all these frees and stuff, but someone could show up with literally be, like, for Constitution, be a 1 still. So hopefully they show up soon. So I can, you know, not delete things that, oh, I should have gave them.
What do you need?
Try to
Up ahead.
Something over here. Can we get down here? Oh, this is like a different route.
That way?
Oh, we need this anyway. It's probably later on to get down that area. What the? Oh.
What is it?
Let me see. Sure.
Mate, can I get down to you? So I'd love to get down and kick your butt and grab whatever that is we need. So we apparently need that.
lead on then.
Continue. I can't get down there, can we? At least right now. Hi. Greetings.
We
Leave.
Wow, that's rude. Hi, greetings. How you doing, mate? We've come to help you, not leave. I already agree. Need your help. Where's the hostel?
Why so hostile?
Because you don't belong here.
And who are you? Do you belong here? Don't know who you are even, mate.
Zoema. What's going on here?
Oh, that could be one of the companions then. Oh, that was one of the names.
Kayawu. Blessings. The world has blessed us with outsiders again. You're not with the bandits, are you?
Was that the name? K-A... Yeah, that's one of the names. Oh, he's... Seriously? I was trying not to look at the classes, but I'm going to see this in a second. This is the guy's right who wrote Druidism. So, in other words, Druid! My mercenary Druid! Druid, free Druids in the group. I know I love Druids, but come on, free Druids in the group. And like magic. Oh, okay, so it's a healer too. And again, I feel like the Druid thing, when you on Druid with like SpellForce, you tend to go more into the bear cat form versus using your spells. But I guess that's not bad, because it means that if he comes with my mercenary, she's tanking, he can be doing light magic, or if he's with me, I can be tanking and he's doing light magic. But apparently we don't know who Best Boy is, it's Cactarus. He's combat arts and defense arts. He's Best Boy, apparently. Well, only one guy short then. I assume I'm reading that name right. Well, I've got to be saying Best Boy. Best Boy means boy, right? So as long as I'm reading it right, we're only one person off, so I'm going to have his stats soon. Maybe at the end of this mission, maybe during this mission. So hopefully he's quite high in the Constitution, especially being a Druid. Do I look like a bandit? Wolfgar, we're not. Do I look like a bandit?
Look at this crest. Do I look like a bandit?
Well, appearances can be deceiving. Look, if you want shelter and provisions, we can set up a tent for you outside the village walls. But you cannot enter, period. Now leave.
Can we in the village?
I don't understand. Why can't we enter the village?
Because our faith demands that we avoid contact with outsiders.
Wow.
Regardless of their intentions.
Again, Druid. You're a Druid.
Though,
Druid up together. It's a lot of stake. We won't cause trouble.
Listen, we don't want to disrespect your customs, but there's a lot at stake here.
There always is.
let them pass, Waremu.
What? But the law
Won't help us deal with the bandits or the plague, whereas the outsiders
Thank you.
might. Let them pass.
Smarty looks.
You may restock your provisions inside. When you're done, meet me in the eastern part of the village.
Stubborn boy. Fair enough, outsiders. You may enter. But we'll be keeping an eye on you.
I guess it makes logical sense. You think about when it says 3 druids in it, because technically the missionaries is how I want to make them. I didn't have to make a druid. And technically the main character...
By the way,
What?
Iria, I remember it now.
What?
That terrible dwarf joke the Empyrean sailor told me. Let's hear
Right,
it.
get on with it.
What do you call a dwarven fairy tale? A short
Story.
story. This conversation never
Yeah,
happened.
moving on. Anyway, as I said, I was trying to say. Technically, main character, I didn't have to make him as a druid, and technically, I mostly didn't have to make it as a druid. So technically, there's only one druid in the game, and that's this guy. So, but just because I love being a druid, and I made a mission as a druid, we now have 3 druids in the group. We drew it up.
This way.
Is that you?
Uh-huh.
Who are you?
An outsider. Oh, what blessings. Please, stay a while. Let us trade.
What do you have to trade?
Knowledge.
Oh.
Answers for answers.
Does that help?
It is a rare opportunity to learn about the outside world. Come, ask me anything.
What's your role in the tribe?
What's your role in the tribe? Are you a hunter? A farmer?
I am one of the tribe's many gatherers. We do not farm, you see. The steppes do not allow for
Okay,
it.
makes sense.
So instead, the gatherers scour the land for plants and roots. That is how we survive. All right, your turn. What is your home like? Grey. Greyfell.
Very dark. Very, very dark. Hence it's in the name, Grey. You can't even say Grey right now. I went Gra. I wouldn't know. Is it precious to say? I'm not actually from Greyfell.
Greyfell isn't actually home for me. I was born in a small village, but I left when I was young. Haven't really thought about that place for a long time.
I'm sorry to hear that.
Don't be.
But I am. Home is everything to us. Family, community, tradition. But I digress. Did you want to speak about something else?
What do you know about the God of Light?
What do you know of the God of Light?
You speak of Sherbdet. I'm sorry, outsider. That is a question I cannot answer.
Understand.
All right. I understand.
Respectful
Thank
to his traditions.
Shall we speak of something else?
What do you know about the God of Light? Nah, I won't. No, I'm tempted to. No, I won't. What do you want to know about the outsiders?
Why do you want to know about outsiders? I thought the Aliani shunned the outside world.
Our laws prevent many interactions with outsiders. That is true.
I mean, not curious.
Many of my kin want nothing to do with them. But I do not see it that way. Knowledge alone is not dangerous. It is what we do with that
Knowledge is
knowledge.
power!
My curiosity is just that. Curiosity. That we should avoid something does not mean that we should not try to understand it. I, for one, would like to know why we keep the laws that we do.
Yeah, that makes logical sense. Because at the end of the day, it's like, well, I don't want to, I don't know, hypothetically, say there's cars in this game and you've never seen one before. Well, that's outside of technology. I don't want to know about the car. Okay, oh, well, we don't know, no, what's he, how does he say that? Oh, yeah, I guess that's right. This group wouldn't want to know about the car, but he does, because even if we don't use the car, is it dangerous? If it's just sitting outside and it's is that gas coming out of the, do you know, the back of it? Is that dangerous to them? If someone's in it, can they hurt them by running them over? You know, is it going to go on forever? Is it going to conk out? Having that knowledge is going to help them, isn't it? Even if they don't use them. That's what I'm trying to get at. Maybe using the car analogy wasn't the best analogy, but you get the gist I was going with. Sounds like an unpopular opinion. I wish there were more like you. That's practical, yeah.
That's a practical outlook.
It is. And one that has earned me many frowns around here.
To the frown upside down, mate.
Pragmatism and Aliani often do not mix. All right, my turn. What would you say is the worst thing about the outside
World
world?
death. War, social equality, greed, the food. So do I go with the SpellForce or do I go with the real world now? Or do they both combine? Because food-wise, I have no clue with SpellForce. Real world, it can be horrible, it can also be lovely, so nope. Greed, technically, is a link that brings on war. You know, I want to know what that guy has in his country, I'm going to take him over. So that technically leads to war. Greed can also be lesser evil in the sense that, you know, I really want that extra ice cream for you, so I'm buying 2 versus letting you buy 1. I just upset one person versus going to war over it. Social equality? Trying to think what that is off my head. Social equality. I'm assuming that means like the racism bullshit. Oh, I apologise, I didn't mean to swear then. I'm assuming that's what that's talking about, unless I'm understanding it wrong. So, you know, in SpellForce terms, we look down upon you because you're a dark elf. You should be around us because we're better, because we're humans, or something like that. I'm assuming it's along that lines. Or the social equality could even be down the lines that, you know, she's the queen, she's royalty, she's better than me, better than you. I'm not 100% sure the exact meaning of that. I think it's along them lines, and if that's the case, that is bad enough in real life. That, again, it's the same thing. Well, I'm a celebrity, I'm posh. It's all that bullshit with some nasty celebrities, aren't they? Like, do you know who I am? How dare you know who I am? All that bull rubbish. And it also goes into racism too, doesn't it? I'm better than you because my skin colour's different to yours, bull rubbish. So I think that's what that means. And if that's the case, then that's probably the worst thing. But at the same time, I kind of feel all these lead to war. You can have lesser of these and not make that. War is death. If a country's at war with a country, people are dying. If you're being nasty and mean to someone of their skin colour, it's bull rubbish. You should not be doing it. But theoretically, it may not lead to war if you're not pushing them too far, or pushing them enough. Greed again can lead to war. I want your oil, so I'm going to go and kill people to get your oil. But again, I'm going to buy an extra can of beans so you can't have it. So I'll just buy some bread instead. There's the smaller versions of it. And even the food scenario, it's the worst thing. I think it's just the food to taste very good. Or it could be saying the lack of food. But again, there's more options for food and the lack of food. So I kind of feel all them three lead into this if they go too far. These in small dosages. This one, especially if it is the racism, if it is the I'm better than you because I have more money than you rubbish, is probably the worst out of all these. But in small doses, it's not saying it's okay, but out of these four, it's probably war's worse. This can cause war. This can cause war. Lack of food can cause war. You know, but on its own, generally people don't go to war for the sake of it, unless they're psychopaths. Like, how many wars are out there that just started because, again, there's normally a reason. And what's normally the reason? Well, my invisible friend, he's better than your invisible friend. You have something that I want, like your oil. You know, we should wipe you off the face of the planet because you're like cockroaches to us, and we believe we're better and superior. You know, we're desperate for food, we need to kill you so we can get your food. That all leads to war. So I think in that sense, if I'm making myself understandable for you, I think war's the worst one out of these four. Assuming what I've told you about this, if I'm explaining it properly. Like, if you're like, no, social equality doesn't mean the two things you think it does, then it could be that. And I apologise if I'm not understanding that one. But, like, again, the slavery stuff, overthrowing untold slaves, that leads to war. Having slavery completely wrong, shouldn't do it. But, you know, one person has 2 or 3 slaves. That doesn't affect, it's probably the wrong term, doesn't it? It affects them people, obviously, but doesn't affect everyone else. But they fight back and cause a war over it. That affects everyone involved in that war. That's what I'm trying to get at. It is, like, again, this is still horrible, not okaying it in any shape or form. If this is meaning what I think it's meaning, just like not okaying any of these in any shape or form. But since I have to pick the worst, and since I believe all 3 of these at the maximum altitude, so to speak, all lead to war, that kind of makes war the worst one. Like, this on its own may not lead to war, let's push far enough. This and this on their own may not lead to war, let's push far enough. But when you're at war, they got there probably through this, through this, through this, through some other options. So I think war.
War. There's always some noble or lunatic who wants to pick a fight, and it's always the common folk who suffer the most. It's endless.
Yes. Violence. Our old stories hold true then. Very well. Go on. Your turn again.
What's your own tribe? What's that? What do you know about the God of Light? Why do you want to know? Okay, well, that's everything. I'll be going.
Ah, alright. Blessings to you then.
Well, hopefully I made myself clear with that stuff. that's why I picked war, because I feel all the other things, even though they are bad, especially if the social one is, the way I'm understanding it to be, is probably the worst out of the other two. But that and a small dose doesn't cause a war. That a lot of it can. Because it's equivalent of like going to school and being bullied every day. If the bullying don't get to a certain threshold and the person's strong enough not to take the life over it, and I'm saying strong enough and not having to go at anybody who did take the life over it, because again they could have been pushed more than, because I was bullied at school time, they could have been pushed a hell lot more than I was, and that's why they and what I'm saying is like their threshold's different in the sense that my threshold, I could have been an 8, and if I got to a 9 I would have took my life, for example, and I was on an 8, but maybe they were pushing them to a 12, that's why they took the life. So in that sense I was lucky I wasn't pushed that far. So that's what I'm getting at with the racism stuff. Some people can take it more, some people don't push it as much, and that on its own is bad and it shouldn't happen, just like bullying shouldn't happen. But it's when it's pushed over the threshold, when the person takes life, when the person gets a group together and starts, you know, well, I guess not the word fight back, it's not the wrong term, because you can fight back by protest and that, but I mean violently fight back, goes in America, get a gun and shoots the whole school up, fight back. It's that type of thing that causes problems, and that's the things that causes, if that happens enough in big enough wars, and hence why the war is the evilest one out of all 4 of them. Obviously, if you take all them other things out, take the racism out, take the bullying out, take the greed out, take the, what was the other one on there, the, I'm blank what the other one was, it was greed, the food shortage out, take people thinking they're better than other people out, then you probably wouldn't lead into wars to begin with. The cause is gone, and in that sense it kind of helps everybody. So that's just basically my 2 cents about the situation. Like, I'm not condoning racism in any shape or form, but in this situation I think that that's the thing pushed to a certain threshold because there's a war, and the war is worse. It's like the overall, it's like a nuke. Someone nukes the planet now. Why would they done it? Because they've been pushed so far, because they're not getting what they want. They're not. They believe that the other people could be killed. I don't know, something like that. It's like the last resort, basically. You've got a root to the problems that you need to sort out, and if they get sorted, you will never hit that end nuking the planet. You never hit that end war if you can sort them out beforehand. Hence why they're the most evilest. And anyway, that being said, that's 27 minutes. Hope you enjoyed. Like, subscribe, and we'll look around the videos a bit more next time. And like, I believe this is going to be an RTS map, so I bet one of these. Anyway, see you next time. Have a great one, Dave. Oh.